JavaScript modules provide a modern approach to organizing and structuring JavaScript code. They are designed for better maintainability, reusability, and scalability. Modules help in encapsulating code organization with proper scoping, ensuring that variables and functions do not clash with each other. They also enable explicit dependency management and imports, making it clear which parts of the code rely on others. Modules facilitate efficient code splitting and lazy loading, improving application performance by loading only necessary code. Ultimately, they contribute to better code maintainability and reusability across different parts of an application. JavaScript modules allow you to export multiple values using named exports. You can export variables, functions, and classes. Export declarations can be written inline or separately. This way you can export multiple values from a single module. For example, you can export a constant named API key which has a string value of ABC123. You can export a function named fetchData that returns the string data. Additionally, you can define a constant named config, which is an object that contains a timeout property with a value of 5000, and then export it using a named export. JavaScript modules also provide a way to import the exported values from other modules. Named imports allow you to import specific exports using their names from another file. You can also rename imports using the as keyword. For example, import fetchData as getData and API key as key from ./API.js. Default imports allow you to import a default exported value from a module. For example, you can import a default export and name it API from ./API.js. Additionally, you can import the default export along with the named exports from the same module, as shown in the code. Modules provide a dedicated scope for variables and functions, protecting them from conflicts and unintended access from outside the module. This means that code declared inside a module is not visible to the global scope, and vice versa. Here you can see that the module scope is inside the global scope. Modules can have private variables which are not accessible outside of the module, and can also export values which can be used by other modules. Modules can also contain local functions which are only used within the module. Here is an example, where in Module A, a constant named private variable is assigned a string hidden, and a counter variable is initialized to 0. A function named increment increases the counter variable by 1 and returns the new value. The private variable is not accessible outside of this module. It is a best practice to have only one default export per module, and it is best to use it for the main module functionality. When naming the default export, make sure that the name is clear and descriptive. You can combine default exports with named exports when needed. Here is an example that showcases a default export. A class named userService is exported as the default export. The class constructor initializes an empty array named users, and the addUser method adds a new user object into the users array. In the example, we are importing the userService class as the name userService from the file, and creating a new object from it. A circular dependency occurs when two or more modules depend on each other, directly or indirectly. This pattern can lead to issues when the modules are being initialized. These dependencies should be avoided when possible. In the diagram, Module A depends on Module B, and Module B depends on Module A, creating a circular dependency. An example of the problem: Module A imports function B from Module B, and exports a function named function A that returns the result of calling function B. Similarly, Module B imports function A from Module A, and exports a function named function B that returns the result of calling function A. Dynamic imports help load modules on demand, which improves initial page load performance. You can conditionally import modules based on user interaction. It also provides better code splitting and bundle optimization. For example, an async function can be used to import a module, and it uses the await keyword with the import keyword. Inside a try-catch block, the module is imported from the path feature module.js. After successful import, A function named init feature is called using the imported module. If the import fails, an error message is shown in the console. Module bundlers combine multiple JavaScript files into a single bundle, optimizing them for production. The diagram here shows multiple input JavaScript files such as app.js, utils.js, and api.js that are being fed into the bundler, and a single output file named bundle.js is generated. Some of the most popular bundlers are Webpack, which is a popular bundler with an extensive plugin ecosystem, Rollup, which is an efficient bundler for libraries and applications, Vite, which is a modern build tool with an instant development server, and isBuild, which is an extremely fast JavaScript bundler. It is a best practice to ensure each module has a single responsibility, meaning each module should have one specific purpose and handle one type of functionality. It's also good to use explicit dependencies by clearly importing all the dependencies at the top of the module. It's also very useful to avoid side effects by keeping the modules pure and predictable by minimizing side effects. Here is an example. A module named user authentication imports API from ./api.js and encrypt and decrypt from ./crypto.js. The module exports three functions: login, logout, and validate token, and these are all pure functions. The login function calls the API authentication and then encrypts the token returned from the API. These kind of modular practices are useful for maintaining a large code base. In summary, modules provide encapsulation and help organize code into manageable, reusable pieces. ES6 modules support both named and default exports with clean import syntax. Dynamic imports enable code splitting and lazy loading for better performance, and modern bundlers optimize module delivery for production environments. Here are some additional resources that you can use to learn more: MDN Web Docs, JavaScript Modules, JavaScript.info, Modules Guide, ES6 Modules in Depth, and Modern JavaScript Tutorial. These are very helpful resources to get a complete understanding of JavaScript modules. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.